Here I have the periodic table. The periodic table you will be using in the exams. And what I want to convey here are the blocks of the periodic table. We looked at the electron configurations, and I want to mention the blocks, how they can help you to write the electron configuration even faster. So here, the first two columns, this and this is known as the S block. What does the S block mean? It means that when you write the electron configuration, you will end up having the configuration end in either S1 or S2. So for the first column, it always ends in S1. For the second column, it ends in S2. But what about the shell number? Well, the shell numbers are given as period numbers. We have period 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So, for example, rubidium number 37 will end in what? It will end in 5 S1. What about calcium? Calcium will end in 4 S2. Then here to the right side of the periodic table, we have the P block. P block ends in P's, basically P1 through P6. If you count, we have 6 columns. So this is P1, okay, P1, this is P2, P3, P4, P5, and hydrogen there is an exception, and finally P6. Okay, so let's say arsenic, what will it end in? Arsenic will therefore end in 4, that's the shell number, P3. What about sulfur? Sulfur will end in 3, P4. Then we have 2 more blocks. The block here is the D block, and as you guess, it must end in D's, right? So D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D8, D9, D10. With one thing to realize that here the D blocks do not have the same shell number as the ones that I wrote down. It's one less. So scandium is 3D1. Y is for yttrium. Yttrium is not 5 but rather 4, one less, 4D1. Technetium is 4D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is how we have the D block. And lastly, the F block. It must be obvious that these elements represent the F block from F1 to F14. When we wrote down the electron configuration of the element with 118 electrons, we noticed that there were only 2 Fs, the 4F and the 5F. Okay, so these are all the ones ending from 4F1 to 4F14, and these are the 5Fs, 5F1 through 5F14. Okay, so if you were to write down the abbreviated electron configuration of something like hafnium number 72, all you would do is for hafnium, all you would do is with 72 electrons put the noble gas before hafnium, that's going back 72, and notice how I have to go from 72 to 57 because the F block is down here. So 71, 58, then 57, 56, 55, and then 54. Xenon. And then after xenon, what do we have? We start with 6. So we got 6 S2. And we fill up those two. Then the F block is what we fill up. 58 all the way to 71. That's 4f14. And then we have hafnium 3d 5d1 and 5d2. So writing down the electron configuration just got a little easier.